Bruce Lee's influence on martial arts culture is nothing short of revolutionary. His impact transcended the confines of traditional combat sports, shaping not only how martial arts are practiced, but also how they are viewed and celebrated worldwide. Bruce Lee was not merely a fighter, he was a philosopher, an innovator, and a symbol of breaking boundaries, both in and outside the dojo. Breaking down barriers. Before Bruce Lee, martial arts were often seen as niche, traditional practices largely confined to Asia, particularly China and Japan. Martial arts movies were relatively unknown in the West, and many Westerners viewed them through a narrow lens of exoticism. Bruce Lee was the catalyst for changing all of that. When Lee starred in The Green Hornet 1966, his portrayal of Kato, a calm, precise, and seemingly unbeatable martial artist, captivated audiences. But it was his breakout film Enter the Dragon 1973 that brought martial arts to a global stage. For the first time, martial arts was depicted not as an obscure practice, but as a powerful, dynamic form of self-expression and discipline. Bruce Lee's films shattered stereotypes about Asian characters and culture. He showed the world that martial arts were not just for self-defense or showmanship, they were a way of life, with deep philosophical and physical roots. Lee became an international icon, a beacon for not only martial artists, but for anyone seeking discipline, self-empowerment, and cultural recognition. Jeet Kune Do, a revolutionary approach to fighting. At the heart of Bruce Lee's contribution to martial arts culture was his creation of Jeet Kune Do (JKD), or way of the intercepting fist. Unlike traditional martial arts, which often adhered to rigid techniques and forms, JKD was based on the philosophy of adaptability and efficiency. Lee rejected the idea of fixed styles, famously saying, "Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own." Jeet Kune Do encouraged fighters to blend the best elements of various martial arts into a fluid, adaptable approach to combat. Lee's philosophy was rooted in practicality, getting rid of unnecessary movements, focusing on speed, power, and timing, and tailoring techniques to the individual fighter's strengths. This created a cultural shift in martial arts, moving away from the strict adherence to traditional forms toward a more integrated, pragmatic approach to combat. Many of the mixed martial arts MMA fighters today owe their strategies and techniques to Bruce Lee's groundwork. The concept of cross-training, where fighters draw from boxing, wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and other disciplines, was inspired by Lee's philosophy of blending various fighting methods to create a more complete fighter. In fact, the evolution of MMA into the mainstream can be traced back to Bruce Lee's belief that martial artists should not limit themselves to a single style, but should remain open to learning from others.